Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast, episode 248. I'm Joe.
I'm Lauren.
Lauren, how the heck are you?
I'm doing great. I'm really
That's
tired, but how
so
are you?
great. I am actually not tired at all,
I'm
even though we were
impressed.
both awake for a very long time last night.
Yeah, we were busy till
Yeah, so Lauren
late
was over at
hours.
my house, not for podcast-related things, but because my roommate needed her for audition-related things. We're just a very, talented. The cat almost fell off the desk.
I was like, what's behind me?
Very talented household. Yeah, well, self-proclaimed talent.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's better. That's better.
And so Lauren was at my house till 1 a.m.
Yeah, I left at 1:50.
That's fucking
I
insane.
left here at 1:50, so I got home a little after 2. Didn't fall asleep probably until 2:45.
I think I was up till 3:15.
Yeah,
and I went to
and
bed.
by the time I got home and got situated, it was probably 3 when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
here we are.
And here we are at 9 a.m. the following day to get these episodes out for you guys on a timely manner. Question.
Yep.
Do you like to cuddle? Are you a cuddler? I don't remember if we talked
Ooh.
about this before.
No, I don't think we have. I have a really weird issue with cuddling.
Okay.
I love cuddling. But I get really self-conscious about my breathing. If that makes sense.
Like,
So if
you're
someone
like, am I breathing too much?
if someone's laying on top of me and I'm kind of struggling to breathe, I think about it even more and I'm just trying to take as calm sounding breaths as I can,
Yeah.
but I'm I don't know if I breathe out of my mouth or if I'm cuddling and my mouth is covered up, I'm I can't breathe well. Oh my god. So I get really conscious of my breathing when I'm cuddling. If we're holding each other
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever, I'm just am I breathing too loud? Can you hear me breathing? Can I breathe? Panicking.
Do you ask that question?
No. Well, it depends on who I'm with. If I'm with someone for a while, sometimes I'll just be I'm not breathing properly, move. and I have to get
Just
them
be
off.
very blunt about it.
Yeah, because I'm just I'm gonna be honest. I've been thinking really hard about my breathing and not watching the movie at all right now.
Man, you really the anxiety is at an all-time
The-
high with you.
I do have a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
Undiagnosed, but I know it's there. She's definitely on the
Yeah,
control
yeah.
table at all times.
I don't know that I've ever thought about my breathing. I want to say ever, but I will say specifically just when cuddling.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, when I have someone resting on my chest, you know how you're moving a lot, you don't want to move them, or if they fall asleep.
Yeah.
Or whatever, or on your shoulder or whatever. When someone lays their head on my shoulder, I'm
Oh,
I can't fucking move.
if somebody's on my shoulder, I'm God, I would rather your head be anywhere else because that's one, the least comfortable place for their head.
Yeah.
2, the least comfortable place for me,
Yeah.
which is arguably more important.
Yeah. I don't like when people are cuddling with my upper half. I like if people just lay on my lap or something.
Oh, I
Do
was
you know what I mean? If
you
they
want
just-
them to cuddle with your lower half?
No, but I mean lay their head
Don't
down.
cuddle me, just cuddle my ass.
Yeah, it's much more pleasant and probably way more comfortable. No, I'd much rather them lay their head across my legs because then I can just play with their hair and then not panic about my breathing.
Are you
or,
a hair player?
My arms. Yes, I love playing with hair. Because I play with my own hair a lot. I like to mess with hair. But then my arms are free. So if I need to stretch, I can have some kind of movement.
Yeah.
You know, I get very bad
I'm a stretchy guy.
yeah.
I
What?
I need to stretch a lot.
Yeah.
I'm you know how babies stretch? That's how I stretch at 28 years old.
No, that's so valid. What do
Yeah.
you mean how they stretch?
You
though?
know how a baby stretches. When a baby when you unwrap, when you unswaddle,
Oh, and they just
and they're just ah, and then they just really go for it.
yeah, they
That's-
hyperextend
That's
everything.
how I am.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
If I could be put into a stretcher and just have all of me pulled,
Mhm.
I would love that.
You ever hang on the pull-up bar and just let your whole
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the best
Yeah.
feeling.
I mean, not on a pull-up bar because that would imply that I go to the gym and I don't.
touche.
Yeah.
Touche. One of the places I run has those outdoor gyms, so they have just random poles that are
Mm.
here's where you can do the pull-up, and I'll just go there and just because I also do not go to the gym. I refuse.
It's not worth my time. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I regularly. There's a good chance now that I'm just talking about it that I might stretch during this episode.
Really?
Yeah, I love a good stretch.
Really? I have to be in motion constantly. if that makes sense. I don't like sitting
It doesn't
still.
make sense.
I don't like sitting still. So if someone rests their head on my shoulder, I'm like, my other arm
Your
is
other
like,
arm is like
I have to be, yeah. My other arm, like all of a sudden, like it hurts. Like my body's like, please move. Like it's
Yeah.
almost like having to crack something.
Yeah.
Or like if I'm like laying in bed, I can't just like mummy. I have to
Oh God,
like
no. I have
shift
like
100
restless
times.
leg syndrome. So my legs
Mm,
ache really badly, like right when I'm ready to go to bed.
mm-hmm. Ache is a good word for it.
Yeah.
My bones will
And
ache.
that's how it's like I feel the need to like get up and move, and it's almost like if I don't go to bed at the exact perfect time, there's no going to bed for me because my legs will just be
Really?
burning.
Yeah, I normally just stand up and have to like move around or something. If I
Yeah.
just try to keep rolling around, it's worthless. It's
I
not
got
productive.
it's under the futon right now behind you. I got a like a leg foot massager for Christmas,
Yeah.
and it pulverized, or was it my birthday? My birthday. It pulverizes my fucking legs, and
What
it
do you
is
mean?
the
Is it one
best
of the like
thing.
squeezy ones?
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
It's like it's making jam out of my
Yeah,
legs. It's
yeah.
the best.
Yep.
I put my it's my calves that are the problem.
Uh-huh.
So usually I will solve it by just like massaging my calves,
Mm-hmm.
and just squeezing them until they really are ready to rip off my fucking bone.
For sure, for sure.
But that does that for me. And so I'll just like bring it into bed sometimes, plop my legs in there, and just let it squeeze the fuck out of me. And I'm just like, oh.
Sorry, what was
Yeah,
that?
you heard me.
Is it loud?
No,
Really?
I don't think so.
My grandma used to have one of those, and it was the loudest thing. Yes, it was just like, as it like pulsate,
No,
and
this
it was
one's
just
like
horrific
just
sounding.
air. So
Sounded
it's
like a
like
contortion.
you like might hear like the air pumping into it, but like it's
Oh,
not. I
okay.
don't think it's loud.
Was it expensive?
It was a gift.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's kind of nice. That's a nice gift.
Yeah,
Would you ever get like a massage chair like for your house? You know how like you can buy them from like Brookstone?
I do know how you can buy them. Yeah.
Do you? Do you?
Yeah. Like you can buy most things.
Yeah.
Um.
Of course.
I
If you had the
wanna-
money, like if it wasn't like,
Oh. Yeah.
see,
Because that's like when you're a kid, right? Like that's something that's fucking awesome to have in somebody else's house or to have in your own house.
yeah.
So
But
like,
would it take away
oh yeah,
like
it like
the second time isn't
you
as
could
good?
have like a perfectly put together room in a house. You put a massage chair in there, suddenly that's the focal point of the room.
No, I'm not saying take away from the house. I'm saying
Oh.
like the more you use it, would it take away from the
Value of it,
like
the appeal.
the appeal of it? You know what I mean? Like if you're getting a massage every day, it's not as good, is it?
I think it's probably great.
Yeah,
I've heard
maybe.
those massage chairs aren't actually good for you
Why?
because they like don't massage you right. I don't know.
They barely
I heard
massage
it one
you.
time. I don't know the accuracy of this.
Interesting. I mean, I
Uh,
would believe that.
I just know that like as somebody who didn't have one growing up, but my friend's house had one.
Oh,
I would
really?
go over there and sit in their chair all of the and it was
You don't
one
even
that
want to
had,
hang out with the kids.
No.
You're just there for the chair.
it was one that had like the leg part and the whole chair massage. So
Yeah.
it would like fucking squeeze the shit out of my
Yeah.
legs, even more than that one does. And it would massage my back.
Dang.
And I mean just really go to town on me.
Dang, this is so niche. I went to a theme park.
This is so niche.
I'm like just thinking about this now. I went to a theme park convention last year, and there's a whole massage chair section because it's a whole place where all the vendors can come to sell to anyone, even like hotels,
Mhm.
whatever. And so one of the vendors were actually massage chairs, like super souped up ones that were like for outer space. Like they were like inversion ones too. So you lay down and then it inverted you. So you were basically like your feet are elevated just a little bit above your
Yeah.
body. And it had your feet, your legs, like all the way up your legs. You had their arms into two sections, so it
Ah.
closed down on your arms, just like the compression thing,
Yeah.
all the way into your hands. So it like compressed your hands too. Like I was stuck in there. I
Yeah.
couldn't leave. I would, because we're letting you do like
You're in a
trial
very
runs.
vulnerable state in that moment.
No, they were like, put your arms out. I was like, okay. Like I was just
They're
doing
like,
it as
okay,
a
and
trial
here's the
run.
handcuffs. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
no,
those.
and then we're just gonna like chain your neck down too, and
Yeah.
then just yeah.
They're like, all right, take her away,
it was
boys.
they had like a head thing, and I was like, I'm good. I don't trust that.
No, massage my scalp.
but not from a random vendor at a convention.
Yeah, you're
though.
probably gonna get lice.
Exactly. And so I got in and it locked down. The hand clamps like clamp down because it does like pressure for a while, holds it down, and then does like the release.
Yeah.
And so I got stuck there. I was like, oh, I don't know what I was. I don't know what I've done. Like, was I? This isn't.
Like,
This
did
doesn't
it
seem
break?
right. Yeah, I was like, did I break it or something? They're like, no, you're good. Meanwhile, I'm like upside down
Yeah.
right now in a massage. It was the best massage chair I've ever
Bet.
been in, though. It like
What is
compressed
it, like
you on the sides.
$10,000 or something like that?
At least, because
Yeah.
it's again, it's for companies, it's for industry, so
Yeah.
it's like a bazillion dollars.
Yeah.
But like it like squeezed like your sides. It just compressed
Damn.
everything.
Sign
It
me
was
up.
wild. Yeah.
Have you ever like used one of those like head massager things? It's like a bunch of wires on
I
a little
literally
stick.
have one on my bedside table.
The best.
Hits.
It
Talking
makes
about
my toes curl up.
talking about going to sleep. I'll literally sit there if I'm really tired.
Oh.
I'm just like, maybe this will help. Those things are weirdly nice.
Yeah.
Who invented that?
I don't know,
Like,
but I
how?
want to shake that person's hand. I almost said that man. It probably was a man, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's a dumbass invention.
Yeah, we invent stupid shit.
Correct.
I want to shake that man's hand.
Like, I'm just trying to think of like how he came to be, where he was just like, this feels nice. What if I put some sticks on my head? Like, how did that? What's the thought process?
Behind inventing?
No, behind that invention. I know the thought process behind inventing.
I don't.
Really?
Yeah, because if you really think of something at like its most basic form, right? Like, how did we end up inventing that? That's where I'm like, who the fuck thought of this?
Like, what do you mean? Elaborate.
Okay.
Like the wheel makes
blender.
sense. Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm gonna put a bunch of spinning knives
Yeah.
at the bottom of my cup.
Yeah.
So I can make juice.
Yeah.
Who was sitting there going, yeah, give me 3 of those knives and spin them
Yeah.
at Mach 10.
Yeah. When was the blender invented?
I don't know.
Well, I'm trying
I
to
picked
think.
blender not because I know about blenders, but because I wanted to think of something
No, but I'm like, I'm
outlandish.
trying to think of like the timeline of the blender and be like, maybe airplanes. If airplanes came first, they probably something might have gotten hit by a propeller,
Yeah, a
and they were
bird.
like, "Yeah, that's what I'm saying." They probably saw that, and they're like,
They're like,
"Wait,
I can make juice
we
out
can
of
run
that.
with we can run with this."
You think blenders were invented after the airplane?
I don't know. That's why I was asking to
When
see what the
were
process was,
blenders?
because I know that they.
1922. Sorry, that was the first electric blender. Well, what was it before that?
What was it? Someone just.
Specifically for making malts and milkshakes at soda fountains.
Mm.
Oh,
So that's not even like a blender. That's like just a spinner.
no. The first electric blender was developed in 1922.
I know, but like a milkshake one is like the one with just the little, like it's not really blades.
What is a malt?
Some other tasty treat. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's like a thicker milkshake.
It just says in 1922, Stephen Poplawski, some Polish dude,
Poplawski.
invented the blender.
So,
So, when was the airplane invented?
like a like a
When
solid propeller
was-
airplane.
The propeller. When was the propeller?
Yeah, look at
invented?
propellers.
The first iterations of what can be considered a propeller date back to around 200 BC.
Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Wait, yeah, no, that does make
Yeah,
sense.
that makes
That
sense.
that tracks. So someone saw something get juiced by a propeller.
By a propeller, whether it was on a boat or whether it was on a plane.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and they probably were like, "Oh, this makes sense.
They're
we
like,
could
oh,
probably
I can run with it. I can make that
mix it.
smaller and put fruit.
mix it, yeah. Or anything you put in a blender."
Okay, well then somebody at some point with the head scratcher massager thing. I really don't have an answer for
See,
that.
I
one.
don't have the timeline for that one.
No,
Like I'm just
because
thinking
like
like
I mean, people like used to do this. I think that was invented recently.
the head scratcher. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like
'Cause I'm just
within
thinking,
like the past 20
this
years.
This is a totally different sensation.
Yeah, but if I were to take my hand on top of your head and go, like that would give you a similar feeling.
Did people
and it
ever like
looks the
crack an
same.
egg on your head and like
Yeah,
fake it?
and that's what this is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Keep doing.
Some kid was like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, it was definitely a kid. Now
Yeah.
that- I want to shake that child's hand.
I feel like it was a kid and the dad stole the idea.
100%. Yeah, dad's making all the profit off that.
Correct.
And now there's so many different iterations.
What do you mean?
There's ones that are like skinny wires with like little things on the end of them,
Yeah.
but there's also There's also ones that are like they're like wide. The thing looks like it's made of like a plastic, and they have like little like metal balls on the end of them that are like
Yeah.
meant to be more like massagey.
Interesting.
They're
I
like ball
have
bearings.
the thin wired
Yeah.
with the tiny little like caps on it
Yeah,
one.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And it's like real cheap.
Yep.
It's really loud though. Like if I like were to like bang it, it makes a lot of clinky
Oh,
noises.
I was like, it's loud on your head. What?
No, no, no,
Sorry,
no.
I'm eating.
It's just really clinky. I don't know how to explain it. But I love
Fair.
that thing. I
Yeah.
love it. I've wanted one too for my whole life, but my parents never let me buy one. Even though they're like $2.
Well, my mom got me one as a gift, a couple of years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Opened that thing up, I was just like, oh yeah.
It's really nice. It's
Motherfucker
scary.
will put me to sleep. It makes like my head go numb.
That's what I'm saying. Like I put it in my bedside table. It's like if
Yeah.
I can't fall asleep, I'll just like
The top
meditate.
of my head is going real numb after that. Anyways, we're gonna get into the draft here.
Yeah, we saw the draft.
Today our draft is bones in the human body.
Ooh,
I suppose we could just say bones because bones in everybody are basically the same.
that's not true.
Well, they're all labeled the same. They may not look the same, but
Are they labeled the same?
I mean, yeah, vertebrae in me is the same as a vertebrae in a fucking bird.
Okay, touche, touche.
But it's bones in the human body, and you're gonna take the first pick, or
You're
I am?
taking the first pick.
I'm taking the first pick.
Yeah.
First, do you have a prediction for what my first pick is?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, my first pick in the 2024 draft of bones is the coccyx.
Oh, not what I was
The tailbone.
expecting.
The tailbone. What was your
That's a good
guess?
one. I was thinking you're gonna do like the humorous.
No, can't do that one as number one.
I mean, touche. I didn't even
Yeah.
think of the coccyx. That's a good one.
Coccyx. I had that one locked down.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even have it on my list. Because again, I didn't even think of it. Man, but that one hurts like a bitch.
Yeah.
I-
Some people have like
I wouldn't
protruding coccyxes.
because they used to have a tail.
Yeah.
Because we used to have a tail.
Yeah. Fucking.
What do you mean?
If somebody's got a protruding coccyx,
We would be so much cooler if we had a tail.
no.
Yes.
Would we?
If we weren't so freaking hairless, yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing.
But if we had a tail, we would be superior.
If we could use it.
No, why wouldn't we?
Well, I mean, it's like having the pinky toe. The toe you don't need. You don't use it.
Yeah, but I feel like we would use the tail. Like I feel like athletes would like turn with it. You could hang.
Cheetah?
Yeah, or you could hang from it like a monkey.
So you're assuming that we would have use of it.
Yeah.
In the year of our Lord 2024.
If we had a tail, yeah. Obviously we don't need it now, so therefore we don't have it. So if we were to have it, then we would have a need for it. What if it's like strong like a kangaroo so we can sit back on it?
Ugh.
Again, but you have to think we have hair.
Yeah.
Because again,
it's
naked
hard to-
tail is ugly.
But then, like, we would be so much less attractive.
I don't think so.
Are you attracted to monkeys, Lauren?
No, I'm
Exactly.
just saying I don't think that would be something that would take away. Like I'm thinking of like if we had wings, that doesn't make us look
I'd
ugly.
be fucking sick if we had wings.
Yeah.
Tails are weird.
I don't think tails are weird.
It's something coming out of your fucking ass. Are you kidding
It's
me?
not though. It's coming out of your spine.
Yeah, but it's near the ass.
It's the uncharted waters there.
Mm.
I'm trying to think of any other like animal modifications that I would think would be. I think like webbed hands would be weird.
That'd be fucking. Oh. Yeah. Weird.
Helpful. It
I
would
was
be
gonna say that'd be
helpful.
fucking sick.
I think it'd be weird though. I think that would be weirder than a tail.
Yeah. If somebody was walking around going, "Hey guys," and just like fucking
Like webs.
webbing, I'd be like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
get those snipped.
Yeah.
Get those things removed."
Cropped.
Yeah.
Cropped.
Get an X-Acto knife in there and just
Or like,
cut that puppy out.
yeah, those are probably the only animal modifications I would consider useful to the human.
I want eyes that
Iguana eyes.
lizard eyes. Yeah.
Oh, why?
Be able to see all
Everything.
of everything.
See all. I want
See my enemies
fangs.
coming.
That would be cool to have like better teeth.
Yeah.
Our teeth suck.
Oh yeah.
That would be nicer. I think that would be it. Or wings.
I'd
love
like-
wings.
More stomach chambers.
Do a cow.
Yeah,
but
you know,
that would help.
They seem to enjoy it, so
They process everything though.
it's true.
I don't need that. Are you trying to eat grass and rocks and shit?
Maybe.
All right, touche. Teach their own.
Yeah.
My bone.
Yeah, your number one pick?
My number one pick is actually, it might be the same thing as yours, but a different name now that I think about it. The sacrum.
No, the sacrum is
Or is that right above yours? I think it might be right above yours. It should be like the last vertebrae.
bone. Sacrum is a large triangular bone that forms at the base of the spine and the center of the pelvis. So it is just, I think it includes the coccyx.
Yeah, I think they might go hand in hand, which is kind of funny, but that's why I didn't say like no to your first pick or like mine's like the whole piece.
Yeah. It is just above, yes.
Yeah.
It's sacrum, like the sacrum like sits in the hips,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then the tailbone's just
The tail.
poking out the bottom.
The tail. Yeah. Have you ever popped your sacrum before?
No, but that
Heaven.
sounds so inappropriate.
Heaven. It's heaven. It's like
How do you pop your sacrum?
there's like a way to like properly crack it where like you push your knee down and push your like shoulder down. It's like a very deep twist, basically.
I
Like
don't know
when
that I
someone can do it.
contort my body that way.
But it's the low, like loud pop, and it feels so good. It like releases
I'm
all
probably
tension.
walking funny after that.
It's probably why my hips are like completely unaligned right
yeah.
now, but that's why it's mine.
Interesting.
Your next pick.
Number 2 pick, the humerus.
Wow.
You can't-
Shocker.
You can't do a draft of bones and not pick the humerus.
And I didn't put him on here.
And your draft is probably terrible.
I think he's an overrated player.
No, humerus is the obvious choice at number 2.
No.
Coccyx was a hidden gem.
This was the hidden gem. I even did like the main piece of that, but anyways.
Yep.
My number 2 pick
Yep.
is the scapula.
Oh, that wasn't on my top 5.
Oh, good.
I was
Okay.
number 7 for me.
Interesting.
The good old shoulder blade.
Yeah, it's
I love
weird.
it. I can grab mine.
Really?
Yeah, I
My
like-
friend.
My thumb's up in there right now.
Oh, I hate that. Oh. My friend can pop hers out, like pop both of her shoulder blades out, so it looks like she's got like
Fucking wings.
yeah, it's basically like what you would look like if you had wings.
Ugh.
I'd have to I have to find a video of it. It's weird.
I don't need to
But
see
she
it.
sits
It's okay.
I don't have one right now. She sits there and just does this, and they just like shoot out, and it's like a good
Vertical.
4.
Or like
Yeah, it's like a good 4 inches out of her body.
when I was younger and like in school, you know, like those school chairs that like your shoulders are well over the back of.
Like the little like blue ones
Yeah.
with the metal things that
Yeah,
shock
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would, when I would be sitting in class, I would like pop out my shoulder blades and just like
Rest
not
them.
like hook them on the back, but like hook them onto the back of the chair. Kind of like how I just shoved my thumb in my
Yeah,
into
you
my
just-
back.
you just-
I just pop those puppies on there.
Hold on tight.
Yeah,
That's so weird.
strap in, strap in for math
You're
class.
locked in. You're ready for class. Engaged. Shoulder blades engaged.
We're like, let's go.
Yeah. Your teachers are just like, God damn.
Yeah.
What now?
It wasn't something I like sat there for 45 minutes with. It would just be like, do this.
Just like I
And
can do
then-
something
and
just
then
to
I would,
move,
yeah,
to
and-
twitch, to stretch.
yeah, and then immediately would remove them off again.
That's so weird.
Yeah. My number 3.
Yeah.
My number 3 is the incus, which is a bone inside the ear.
Oh,
Wow,
interesting.
one of the 3 ear bones,
Why that?
because it's in your ear
Okay.
and it's not
That's-
attached to the rest of the bones.
Oh,
which is
interesting.
yeah,
It
that's cool.
floats?
Yeah, it's like a floater.
Okay, sure. Is
Yeah.
it near the snail-looking thing?
The what?
The anatomy of the ear, you know, the snail-looking thing?
I don't.
Okay, never mind.
I just know that it's like fucking tiny,
Yeah.
and without it you couldn't hear. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Touche.
Yep.
Mine is my number 3 pick is the sternum.
that was my number 6.
Right there,
I love this.
baby.
I can crack my sternum, which I don't think you're supposed to.
I
be
can
able
crack
to
my
do.
collarbones.
I don't know you're supposed to be able to do that either. Well, I guess they do sit in
They
in
kind of can.
joints or sockets.
Yeah.
So those are probably popping. But like my sternum is just there. I feel like it shouldn't.
Yeah,
pop.
how do you have like that air release? That's not good.
No, something's happening. But like when I like take my arms and like pull them back like that, it just
Interesting.
man, it feels so good.
I don't know. This
I love a good sternum crack.
that's so weird.
I just
I
right.
like I'm trying to think how you like I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you crack your bones a lot, joints a lot?
Yes.
That's another thing I have like a
So like
constantly
I'm
doing.
always.
Like
And
I'll
now
crack
that
my
we're talking about it,
ankles.
I'm doing all of them
I
right
know,
now.
I just realized like this is a whole ASMR of just cracking throughout
Yeah.
the whole episode. Like my wrist can constantly crack if
Yeah.
I do it, and like same with my ankles sometimes.
Yeah.
My knees, my hips pop a lot.
I gotta crack
Falling
my neck
apart.
now. I pop my elbows too. No, no, they already cracked.
Lame.
Must have done
Lame.
it earlier.
Lame. Do you ever crack your thumb? Like pop this
I
out?
just did.
Really? I
Yeah.
do that a lot too. What was I doing? I was at work yesterday and I was just cracking, and one of the dads walking by was just like, "Oh, you getting ready to square up?" And I was like,
Honestly, I'd take that comment over the old people who are like, "You're gonna get arthritis." I'm like, no, I'm fucking not.
"Correct, correct." If I was gonna get it, I would have had it already. And also, I already know I'm gonna get it
Yeah.
regardless,
Also, I
just by
don't give a fuck.
existing.
Yeah. Like,
We're all
I'm
gonna get it
gonna
just
get
by
old.
walking.
So
Like our
yeah.
knees are destroyed because
Yeah.
we walk. That's
Yep. How it works.
unfortunately.
Number 4 is the mandible. Yeah,
Mm.
good old jaw.
Yeah, your jaw.
Yeah. I love
I
food
thought about putting. That's why you chose
because I
your
love
jaw.
eating. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
Also, just like fun.
It's the one that you can definitely like.
Do a lot with.
It's weird that it's the only thing that moves too. Do you ever think about that? How your top teeth don't move?
Yeah.
Every time I like remember that, I'm like,
Freak out a little
whoa,
bit.
this is weird. It's just one of those like, why? I don't like that. That's funny that that's your 4 because my number 4 is the skull.
Just the entire
Just
skull.
the whole skull.
Nice.
I went so much more broad than you.
Well, I mean, skull's a good choice. No mandible.
I just feel like I really like the look of a skull bone. I think skulls are really cool.
Skulls are
looking.
pretty sick.
Skulls are pretty cool.
What is you said? Skull was your number 4.
Yeah, that was
my
my
number
4.
5. I think this is this. They're really. I'm surprised this wasn't said already. The femur.
Oh, that's my 10. Oh, not my 10. My number is off. That's like my 8 or something. I think that's like my 8 or something. But that's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, it's the biggest bone in the body.
yeah, it's iconic.
And it's
for
just a
sure.
big old fucking in your leg. It's a hefty bone.
How heavy do you think it is? I don't know how heavy bones are.
Neither do I. I imagine not very,
Mm,
but 2 pounds.
I keep asking you such dumb
5
questions. When was the
pounds.
blender invented?
Yeah.
You should know these things.
From now on, whenever I talk about something, I'm gonna find out as much as I can about it before I start talking about it.
Yeah.
How much does my femur weigh? Specifically, mine is what I want to know.
Sure.
The average femur weight for an adult male is around 290 grams, with the average weight for an adult female is 260 grams. So I don't fucking know
What's a
because who the
gram?
fuck knows what a gram is?
Oh man, school failed us.
Um,
I might make a last minute
change.
change here
Do
for
a little
my
trade.
for my 5th pick. Actually, I'll do my 5th pick and then I'll do my honorable mentions.
Oh, it's
because
0.6 pounds. So
it's
it weighs
that
not. Well, think
light?
about it. If it weighed pounds, you'd be fucking. It'd be a bitch to just walk.
I know, but I'm thinking of like using bones as like a weapon, like as like a caveman,
Mm.
like not even a whole pound for like that big
For the
of
biggest
a
bone, yeah.
Something of like animal bones. I'm like, that's not efficient.
Well, you sharpen it.
I guess, but that's why you would use a stick instead. I guess maybe that's why they used.
Yeah, you
Sticks.
use a branch instead of a bone. Also, bones shatter.
Yeah, you're right.
I guess they don't shatter, but they snap.
That's why they use them for like fashion and
Exactly.
do it, put in their hair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's your number 5?
My number 5. I'm not gonna make a last minute pick. I'm committing to it. Personally, my right ribs.
Your
My right
set of ribs.
set of ribs.
Not one in particular.
Maybe like the widest one, I guess. Actually, no. Maybe like the lowest one, the little tiny ones at the
Little
bottom.
baby rib.
Yeah, a little baby rib at the bottom there. That's probably in that one on the right.
Can you, well, like, where do the ribs end?
Low, you can feel them.
I can't. I tickle myself.
I'm under my ribs right now.
Yeah, I can get up in there too.
How are you tickling yourself going slow though?
Well, if I get down there and try and dig in, it's a little ticklish. But like up here, I can do that, no problem.
Yeah, but you can feel right under where they end.
I feel like mine end real low.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing a bone that just feels like it's poking out of me right now. I don't even know what this is.
It's like your hip.
There's something right here is like really poking out. Probably go see a doctor about that.
Probably your ribs.
I definitely have cancer.
Oh no. Bummer.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's my 5 pick though. It's probably my low right rib. Just because
Yeah, hit me with the Y.
you can feel it for starters. And you can tell, like, specifically feel. Like, obviously you can feel all your bones, but like not really. You just feel that they're there. But like this is like, oh, that's like in me. They're protecting me. They're like super duper important bones.
I think all of the bones are important.
I mean, I guess, but like this one's like super duper important.
Mm.
And then they look cool. Like, I don't know.
Your right ribs look cool.
Okay, from my point of view, my right ribs are smaller than my left ribs, and so I'm more self-conscious
hold on.
about
What do you mean from your point of view?
like looking straight down. Like you looking at me or looking from the side, you can't tell, but looking down, you know?
No.
You
I
never
don't know.
you never look straight down.
I look straight down a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So things look different from that point of view than anyone else. No one can look from that angle of you.
Yeah, sure you could.
How? Do you just have someone
You
push
just-
their
you
head up
just-
against you?
You are short enough to like just like nestle your head right in here and just look down, and you would see what I see.
I suppose, but not many people are going to do that.
I would hope not.
Correct.
If you came up and nestled your head into the crook of my neck, I would be uncomfortable.
I think we've only ever high-fived before. I don't think I would ever get that close to you.
You're just like, hold on, I need to see something.
I'm just like, let me just test this theory.
Interesting.
But still, yeah.
What an interesting look at you.
This is a new take. God,
Never seen
no.
it from this angle before.
I've never seen. What a wild point of view. But seriously.
But if you want to find out how somebody sees themselves, that's what you'd have to do.
Yeah. But still, it'd be different because it's inverted. And your eyes, like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be hard to mimic the exact eyes.
Suppose.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this still has, like, stuff blocked. I don't know. From my eye's point of view, from this place, this rib is bigger than this rib. It protrudes. They're uneven.
We're still talking about your ribs, right?
Yeah. Yes, we're talking about my ribs.
Okay. Just the hand motions and the way
What
you're
do you
describing
mean?
it. I'm very confused.
Listen.
Like this one is bigger than
one's
this
much
one. I'm
bigger
like, what
What
is
are we
going
talking
on?
about now? No, my ribs.
Yeah, okay.
I'm built like a child, unfortunately. So
That I
it's
can
my
agree
ribs.
with. Yeah, you are a child.
My honorable mention bones, though,
Yeah.
is the radius and the ulna, which are the two here that like
Twist. Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's like a pair.
Yeah,
Like,
parabone.
I
That's like
have-
the tibia and the fibula. Or
Yeah.
No, tibia
But they
and
don't
fibula.
twist, do they? I don't think they twist. I think these all like purposely twist
No, they don't twist.
because your foot.
I mean, you can twist your
Oh,
leg.
Yeah, but you twist. You rotate from your hip. You don't rotate from your knee.
I can rotate. No, I'm rotating the ankle now.
No, I'm just rotating a toe.
Oh no, I'm just moving.
I'm just moving. Oh, that's actually not right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they crisscross, which is really cool, and you
Yeah.
can feel it happening.
Well, crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, which is what I'm doing right now.
Did you? I was just gonna say, did you call it that growing up? Crisscross
Yeah.
applesauce. I
What-
didn't.
What else is it called?
When I was growing up, it was called, which is like not okay to say anymore. It was called sitting Indian style.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah, I heard that in elementary school.
Yeah.
That's not allowed
That's how
anymore.
that's what I still call it.
That's so
Yeah,
crazy.
so probably I don't know that it would be offensive necessarily, but it's just like not.
Not correct.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to call
I
it
just
that,
like
though.
as an adult saying sitting crisscross applesauce makes me want to punch you in the face. Not you specifically, but just the person who said it.
I was like, I'll never say it again. Dang. Um, yeah, crisscross applesauce is such a like. Why did we have to name it? Why can't we just say sit down with your legs folded, or like pretzel?
Because again, saying pretzel as an adult, the pretzel style, kill yourself.
But
Like
how often are you being told as an adult to sit down and be told how to sit when you sit instead of saying just sit on the ground?
I guess I'm thinking like if somebody like if I like let's say I was a teacher
Uh huh.
and I had to say that, I would hate myself.
I wonder why we were told to sit. Like, why does it matter?
Well, because if you don't sit like that, how else do you sit? You sit with your legs fucking out. And so
Yeah, and you take up more space, but you could
Yeah.
all like,
you're just being a nuisance at that point.
yeah, a little menace to your classroom,
Yeah.
taking up all of the reading carpet.
The nap carpet.
That I never had naps in my schools.
Oh, I had nap time big time.
Oof,
Nap time
I
big
did
time.
not, and that's probably why I'm so sleep deprived now. And just spiraled.
Yeah. That's probably
Years
why I
later.
stay up at all hours of the night because I got so much sleep as a child. I was like, I lost years off my life.
Yeah,
just
you
napping.
cashed in all of that
Yeah.
piggy bank already.
I used to come home
Man,
from school and just like even in high school and just like pass out on the couch, would just sleep.
Really?
Yeah. My dad would get so mad at me. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm asleep on the couch. My dad
I
comes in
didn't
and yells at me. I'm like, Dad, I just was at school for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Fucking hop off my ass.
I didn't start napping until college. In freshman
Oh,
year,
I napped hard. In
I would come
college.
back to that dorm room. Dang.
Yeah.
I text my roommate. I said, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Nowadays, if I like start getting tired in the middle of the day, I get angry.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I'm losing, I'm just burning daylight here with my eyes fucking closed.
Do you have a time that if you like nap at, you won't get sleep that night? Like I have a threshold. I can't nap. If I take a nap past like 3 to 4 p.m., no sleep that night.
Interesting.
I cannot. If I have to.
No, I can always
have
go to
nap
sleep.
before then.
I rarely get a lot of sleep, but like I can sleep fucking anytime. Yeah.
Really? Okay, yeah. So, like, I don't know how to phrase this without sounding weird, but like, can you sleep in like any position on like anything? Like, if you were to if
Like
you were
face down,
tired
ass up on
no,
an airplane. Yeah, absolutely.
no, I meant like sleep on like a hardwood floor.
Oh, I would enjoy sleeping on a hardwood floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Back my back.
Oh man, I have to
Just like lay
be-
down in my back, and then
Okay, yeah, but like a good like flat lay down is nice. Where
Yeah.
like all of your body like realigns. This is just a massage episode,
Yeah.
apparently.
No, I could sleep on a hardwood floor. You give me a blanket, I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
So like at sleepovers, were you the kid that just like sacrificed and always had to sleep in the shittiest space?
I don't know that I
Did
had
you
a lot
get
of
invited to
sleepovers.
sleepover?
Yeah, well, okay. In like I didn't do sleepovers like as a kid. But, like in high school, I like that's when like my friends and I would do like sleepovers on a regular basis.
Interesting.
Yeah, like there was no sleepovers as a child.
What? Were you not allowed?
I just don't think they were a thing. Like
Interesting.
yeah, like it just wasn't like a thing that
we had a
any
few
of my
birthday
friends were doing.
parties.
I mean, I'm sure maybe like the girls were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
like I didn't have a lot of guy friends growing up.
Mhm.
All of my friends were girls, and
Mhm.
so I was invited to parties, but I was not invited to spend the night at somebody's house.
That makes sense then. That makes sense.
That's inappropriate.
Right. Right. That cooties.
Yeah,
Can't
cooties.
can't catch cooties.
Even if
that
they were my
young.
girlfriends.
Yeah, all your girlfriends.
Yeah.
Well, right, of course. All those ladies, your
Yeah,
three
all
ladies.
my biddies. I'll kill myself. Don't worry.
Uh-huh. It's just awful.
But yeah, no. Now if I like I just don't nap. If I'm tired, I will get up and do something instead.
Really? Oh.
Because like I'll sit like the past couple of days I've been like reading my books, like a 90-year-old.
You read?
I love to.
I read too.
Really, I didn't
Mhm.
know you could.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Please continue. I'm enjoying this.
So I was sitting here reading my book, and I'm like, I'm just sitting here in the silence of my office, reading a book, slowly like dozing off, reading the same sentence over and over and over again.
Right,
I'm
right.
like, fuck this. I put my book down, I got up, and I just went outside.
What kind of books do you read?
Not picture ones.
What? Not Green Eggs and Ham?
Green Eggs and Ham. Did we talk about Green Eggs and Ham last week?
Yeah, because I talked about dyeing my eggs.
Yeah.
But there's so many others.
Of picture books? What? Or
Yeah, high quality picture books.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't read picture books.
You look at picture books.
Yeah, I guess you do. You read picture books to children while holding the book like this and looking, turning the paper like that. What books do I read? Sci-fi. I don't want to say fantasy because that sounds like that has a weird connotation to it now. Like typically, if it's fantasy, it's like vampires fucking each other or shit like that, and I don't read that.
Aww.
I'm not into that stuff. But like, I mean, like Percy Jackson-esque books
Oh my
where
god.
it's like that's like fantasy or
Right.
yeah, sci-fi. Right now, I'm reading books about like an alien species. So
Okay, but I would say that's like sci-fi.
that one is sci-fi. Percy Jackson is fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, young adults. That's what I read.
No.
Yeah.
You read Percy Jackson now?
I am reread. Not I don't reread books ever, but because of the Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus, I am rereading the Percy Jackson series.
Touche.
Um,
Touche. But like the
but
books
the
you're
books
reading are
I'm
more
reading-
mature than
the books I'm
young-
reading right now are young adult books.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they good? Are they
Oh, they're
well written?
fantastic. I will read young adult books about teenagers doing impossible teenager feats.
I hate nothing more than reading books about high school.
Well, it's not about high school.
I know, but like set in high school or like with the language
Mm.
of a high schooler,
Yeah.
conversations and dealings of a high schooler.
Yes, and so that's why that's why the book. I think the books that I'm reading. We're just going off on a huge tangent about books now. The
Yeah,
book
we
that
start
I'm
with Bones.
the book that I'm reading now, is like a post-apocalyptic setting.
Sure.
Like there was this alien invasion, and now it's like the spin-off series. So yeah, do you remember the movie or the book I'm Number 4?
Yes.
It's that series, the I'm Number 4 series, but I'm
Oh,
reading the
shit.
second series of it.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I finished the 7 I'm Number 4 books.
Yeah.
And then I'm on to it's called The Legacies Reborn.
Yes.
And
I know
so
exactly
it's about a bunch of
what you're
people
talking
who
about.
are of high school age,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not in school at
A
all.
high school setting.
Yeah. And so
Okay.
the language
helps.
is like they're very much like mature
Yeah.
children. So like I don't even think of the fact that they're teenagers until I like am talking about the book and I'm like, oh, by the way, these are all fucking 15-year-olds.
Right.
Um,
Right.
But I do get what you mean though, of like it's difficult to read like almost like Percy Jackson was like is difficult to reread now.
Well, especially at least the
because-
first one when
yeah,
they're
because
just
they're
like
12 years old.
Yeah, when it's like, oh, the teacher like
Yeah.
is like being weird or whatever on the school field trip.
Yeah.
When it's like that whole scene, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like I hate it.
But I will read young adult books probably until I'm, I don't know, dead. Because I think young adult just has the best stories.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
I know that I'm not necessarily considered a young adult anymore, but
nerd.
no.
I don't know. I just get so stuck on like sometimes it just seems like I don't want to say it's dumbed down. That's like that's such a harsh way.
yeah.
But it's such a simplified like they explain the stories really well.
Yeah.
But because they have to explain them out. And sometimes I just get caught up
Yeah.
in explanations. And I get lost in them
Yeah.
in that sense.
Lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce. I feel like there's less room for your imagination because they are descriptive sometimes.
See, and I think I kind of, I don't want to say I like that, but like I like that and I disagree with it a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because the more vivid you can make it on the page, the easier it is for me to imagine it.
Touche.
And I like to be able to visualize everything because I don't have the pictures in the book to visualize it for me.
Not the picture book. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's
So
true.
like be descriptive. Don't make me create the world myself. Create it for me.
Lazy.
Yeah.
Do you keep
You're
track?
the author.
I-
I'm paying you to create this fucking world. Create the goddamn world.
Do you Do you keep track of how many books you've read this year? Like, do you have a book
No,
log?
I don't do that. I just read.
You should have a book log.
Yeah. Well, the problem is like I go into stints of like I'll read like just insanely or an insane amount
Mm-hmm.
for like 2 to 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will go 6 months and not read a fucking thing.
Right.
I won't touch a goddamn book.
Right.
And then I go to during that 6 months of not reading anything, I go back to Barnes and Noble. I buy 7 more books, and then I go back to the book I was reading 6 months ago.
Yep. They're having their hardback sale soon, by the way.
Son of a bitch.
I know.
Well, I won't be here, so it's okay.
I know. I'm like, don't go, don't go, don't go. I'm
Yeah.
so backlogged on books
You
right
know what
now.
I've started doing? I'll go to bookstores and I'll just take pictures of the books I want. So that way, like, when I am okay to go back to a bookstore and spend money, then I know which books I want.
You know,
'Cause
Target.
then it's less likely that I end up in there pulling every book off the shelf.
Yeah, Target has really good sales every now and then on books too.
Yeah, but their book selection is minimal.
Oh, for sure. But like, you can get them a little bit cheaper there.
True.
I guess.
Walmart also has books that are really cheap.
Yeah.
But their selection is even
Theirs is even-
slimmer than fucking
Walmart
Target.
does not have any books, unfortunately. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of books from all those places though. But every time I go to the bookstore, I'm the same way. I get like 7 books. I'm not gonna read them for like 3 years.
Oh,
By
absolutely.
the time I get to them, because then
100%.
a couple months later, I'll go back and get like a whole bunch more,
Mhm.
and then they're just so right now.
My
think
bookshelf is rapidly filling up and running out of space.
I
I'm going to
think-
need another bookshelf.
No, same. I have to go buy another bookshelf. I have which is so silly because 2 years ago I didn't read. I don't read.
Yeah. 2
Um,
years ago, I didn't know how to read.
correct. I just learned how to read. I'm actually
Yeah.
on the second Cat in the Hat
Yeah,
now.
Hop on pop.
Yeah, I've gotten a little bit better at it. A little bit of rainbow fish in there.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue
What is
fish.
it? Boom chicka boom.
Boom chicka boom. Wow.
I was
The
a-
Hungry Caterpillar.
That was a banger. All
Yeah.
of what was his name? Eric Carle.
Yep.
All of those books bangers.
Yeah.
Man, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
I don't know where I pulled Boom Chicka Boom out
Speaking of blast from the past, really quick, just to go off on another tangent. The other day, Lauren said to me at work, she said thebomb.com.
Oh.
And that was the second time this week that I've heard thebomb.com from somebody. And I was like, what?
Where
Is this making
coming
a
from?
comeback? Like,
No,
what's
it's
going
not.
on?
I have not seen that anywhere.
Neither have I.
since, like
2012?
MySpace time
Yeah.
period. Yeah.
2008 then?
Yeah, like a long time.
Yeah. So I don't know how I heard it from 2 different people
That's
2 days
weird.
in a row.
That's so weird.
You being one of them.
Yeah, because I'm cool, so I can
Yeah.
say it.
Well, yeah.
I can use the bomb.com card.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I use it twice in that day too,
That's wild.
which is why I think I said it to you because I'd already thought of it because I texted it to someone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I was like, this is now implanted in my head. And I'm gonna
Bomb.com.
use this line again.
That is, I mean, it's just crazy not having heard that in years. And then in 2 days, I hear it twice.
I was just about to ask you another like, where was that invented question? As if you would know.
I
But I'm trying to
wonder.
think of like, why did that start?
Well, because it also created spin off, right? People would say bomb.com and then they would make other variations of it. There was, bomb.org, which wasn't as cool.
Well, people just did like website things.
Bomb.gov,
Bomb.
which is terrorist
Dot
threat.
gov.
Yeah.
That's a terrorist threat. Yeah, that one's a little touchy.
Yeah. Bomb.edu.
Oh,
Yeah.
also touchy.
Getting an education. Well, yeah. Nowadays. Back then.
Nowadays.
Back then, nobody was
Back then, well,
nobody was threatening
yeah.
schools back then.
Yeah. What?
Anyways.
Anyways, bomb.com.
Do we have anything else, or we want to take it to trivia?
We could take it to trivia. Shoot.
Yeah, I don't know where we really went with this episode. I've been totally. Oh, wait a second. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about.
Uh-oh.
You were so I have Chick-fil-A here, obviously. Stopped and got breakfast for us this morning. I was gonna say this while you were eating,
Oh,
and I was like, I don't
so
want to make you
fast.
self-conscious, so I'll say it after the fact. You know that your jaw like pops a lot when you
Yes!
chew.
Did you notice? I'm not very self-conscious because I do know I forget about it.
Yeah,
That happens all anything I do.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm somebody who gets very easily annoyed with the sound of other people chewing.
I just did it again.
And so I was trying
You
to
were just
not
like
react.
twitching.
I was just like ignoring
Oh
it.
my
I was
God,
like,
I'm
it's
so
fine.
sorry.
It's not. I don't care.
I did not know
Um,
you were just like tweaking in the
I
corner.
was not.
You're
No, I
like,
was
please
fine.
stop.
I was setting up the podcast like I was distracted enough. But I could tell you were just like you were going to town on this
So
Chick-fil-A.
it happens more in the morning because like my mouth hasn't like warmed up. Like
Yeah,
once
yeah,
I've
yeah.
talked for a while, it's not as bad. Like it won't pop like that really that badly at like lunch or dinner.
Yeah.
But
Do you eat 3 meals a day?
no,
Okay.
2.5.
Just wondering, yeah.
It's like 2
Oh,
and a
wow.
graze.
I eat like half or one.
That's absurd. That's crazy.
This will be the only meal I eat today, guaranteed, 100%.
Okay, I have a Publix sandwich in my like house waiting for me. I grub, unfortunately. Yeah, but like it's anything though.
Yeah.
Like if I kiss people in the morning, it pops.
What?
I'm trying to think of like other things that I would use.
How are you kissing somebody?
Wake up next to somebody?
I just mean how, like, physically, how are you kissing somebody?
With my mouth. I don't have to open my mouth that wide to make it pop. It just popped 2 more times.
Oh,
now.
you're talking about, like, kissing somebody.
Kissing. Oh, yeah, not a peck.
I was like, what are
No.
you doing with your jaw?
All right, if I'm making out with somebody,
Yeah.
my jaw will pop too.
That
In the
is
morning, mostly.
Audibly pop?
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And all I did was shift. You just saw shift my teeth over a little
Yeah.
bit. It's not even like I have to open my mouth that wide.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry that I
you don't have to
annoyed you.
apologize. I just wanted to say I wanted to see if you were aware.
that and never
Yeah.
eat around you again. In the morning. So thanks.
Yeah. I used to have a girlfriend who her jaw would pop when she would eat food, and it drove me up a wall.
And that's why you're not together anymore.
That's not why we're not together, but it's just
I don't
something
know.
I'll never forget about because it really, I think we talked about my pet peeve on your first episode, where it's people chewing with their mouth open. My brother used to do that all the time. Now that has evolved into, if your mouth makes any sound while chewing, I will knock your teeth out.
Really? Wow, I gotta stop eating here because I'm
This
knacking
is the first
the
I've
food.
noticed it. Because
Awful.
you've eaten here before the
Like
podcast,
every
several
podcast.
times, but this is the first time I've actually
Because it's
noticed.
so early in the morning.
Interesting.
My face hasn't
Yeah, you've been warmed up before.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the end of the day, I'm like,
Okay,
good to
from
go.
now on, if we do early morning episodes, you got to come over.
I'm gonna do my singing exercises before I come
do
in,
your,
so
mouth,
that
do
way,
your jaw warm ups.
yeah, that way it's not gonna pop and piss you off.
Yeah, I
Because
appreciate
it keeps
that.
popping right now. I can tell.
That's wild. Yeah, I didn't want to say it while you were eating because I didn't want to. Like, one, I don't actually care that much, and two, I didn't want to make you self conscious while you were eating.
That's something I'm not self-conscious about because it's not something I can fix.
Okay,
If
good.
it's like eating with my mouth open, I'm like, oh,
But you are self conscious about
Sorry.
your breathing.
yeah.
Okay. You see
I
the
know,
issue here.
but I can like move them, or I can breathe differently.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I can't move my mouth differently while I'm eating or talking.
Mm.
You know what I
You
mean?
could just be like,
No,
take the smallest bite.
that's miserable. Unfortunately, I choose life. I refuse to do that.
Long story short, it didn't bother me, but I did want to make fun of you for it.
Thanks for pointing it out. I'm gonna think about it for the next.
Yep. Got to point out the flaws.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna think about it because I knew.
Good.
Give me trivia.
Trivia. Pick a number.
15.
I'm sorry, what?
Fif-
50 or 15?
15.
Okay.
Not gonna make you go to
5.
50.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Nick Carter was a member of which boy band? We're going to potentially get the same
We better.
points here.
If you get this wrong, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I know that it's one of two.
Is it? There's a lot of boy bands out there.
Yeah, I know that it's one of two.
I don't
just
know.
don't remember which one. Nick Carter. Nick Carter.
Unfortunately, this is one of the greatest questions because I am a master of boy bands.
Nick Carter. I'm locked in. What's your answer?
Backstreet Boys.
Fuck.
He is the blonde beauty that my first crush was.
I picked the wrong one.
He picked NSYNC.
Yeah.
He was the one who had the blonde middle part that like bobbed here, and oh my god, I went to his concert last year, just him. I'm so sorry, but I was going to win that one.
I know. I knew I had to.
The love of my
The
life.
way you reacted, I was like, oh, it's got to be Backstreet Boys because Deadpool and Wolverine just came out and you're super excited about that. And so that would immediately spark your excitement even more.
No,
And
he is my
so
favorite.
That's where I was going. And then I was like, or I'm confusing myself.
Mm-hmm. You
overthought.
overthought.
And I overthought. So listen to my gut.
He was my first crush.
Wow, that's a look right there.
Oh man, you can't see
Get
it.
real close to the camera.
I gotta get up for that. He had the icon.
That is a look right there.
Oh, Obsessed. I was obsessed with him. I was obsessed with that haircut too. Do you remember number 4 from Kids Next Door?
Yes.
I also had a crush on him. Same haircut.
We talked about this before, didn't
Yeah,
we?
that's what I'm saying. Like it's a trend.
Yeah.
But
Okay, well it's week number 1 and you're at 2 points and I'm at 0. Off to a hot start.
sweet.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Lauren, where can the people find you?
People can find me at lou.mcdonald. That's LUU.McDonald. And that's on my Instagram. And what is it? My eat of the week. I
Yeah.
remembered this time. Hold on. What's it called? What did I have there? I had the Japanese quick service. The one that's up in the little thing. I got fried rice.
At Epcot?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got chicken fried rice, I think.
Oh.
It was so good because I also had it after drinking.
Yeah.
And fried rice after drinking
Hell yeah.
hits.
Yeah.
Hits. So I had a couple drinks by then. We got there. We sobered up with that. Not really sobered up. It was so good. So that
Love
was my
that.
eat of the week.
Oh, that sounds so good. I love a good chicken fried rice.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
You can follow me on my photography Instagram at Sharky_photography, my regular Instagram at Secret Agent Sharky. And my eat of the week. Oh boy, I really got to start writing the shit down that I eat.
Well, you eat one meal a day, so there aren't many options.
I know, but then I forget every single one of them. Oh, I know what it is. I at the beginning of the week made chicken Alfredo with broccoli in it. And garlic breadsticks.
Whoa.
So I was like Olive Garden up in this bitch.
Look at
When
you
you're here, you're
go.
family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I felt like family. It felt real good.
Felt like home.
I brought it for lunch like 3 days in a row.
Dang.
So that's like the majority of what I ate this week.
That's impressive.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a lot of pasta. Yeah. As for the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at CSGPod. That is CSGPOD. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast and on Instagram at The Shuffle_podcast. I almost mixed those up. And then you can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We will talk at you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.